Hi, in this third out of 5 vlogs on common challenges with house building, I will talk about the number one cause of delay to site completion: plot utilization. You may think, what on earth is that? Let me explain. Sites are growing in size. More and more sites are now in phases, increasingly jointly run with a few site teams. The build plans and build rooms are designed, redesigned and optimized to meet your year-end numbers. And at plot level this often works out well, but when we scale up to site level there are some challenges. Where do the ground workers start? How many do they start with? Where to deploy the bricklayers first? How many plots do you give to each gang? How do you ensure that the scaffolders are just ahead of the bricklayers? And when we look how the plans work in reality, we can assess a KPI called idle time. Now, idle time is that time where a plot can be built on, but no activity is ongoing by the trades. Now, I don't mean that the roof can't go on due to bad weather, strong winds, but when the next step in the build plan could be executed, but the required trade is not planned in or not available on that plot to perform their tasks. Now, when we analysed a number of different sites all over the country, we uncovered that idle time can be as high as 70% of the plots. And that was a jaw dropper, because that would mean that out every 4 weeks of elapsed time, the plot is sitting idle for 3. Now, we couldn't believe this either initially, had it not been for the rigorous analysis we had carried out, backed up by evidence and data. So, what causes this poor utilization? Now, we found 5 primary reasons. Number 1, the hidden factory of rework, which I discussed in the first vlog in this series. The second one, material availability, and I will discuss this in more detail in my next and 4th vlog. So let me talk here briefly about the other 3 reasons, namely siloed labour, poor processes and lack of due consideration for the weather. Firstly, siloed labour. We often witness that a trade will work on one side or one side only, with little sharing across the different sites a builder may have within their portfolio, which means the trades are flat out on one side, but another side can be completely idle. Secondly, poor processes. A good site manager of course will have their own best practice ways of how to run their sites. And the challenges start when the production team create a build route without proper reviews and feedback mechanisms with the site teams. Or a process that worked well on one side is not adapted to suit the specific challenges of a new site. And thirdly, the lack of due consideration for the weather. Now, I know in the UK you can have 4 seasons in a single day. High winds, heavy rainfall are increasingly a common challenge now. And if you want to maximize utilization of a crane to hoist those roof trusses, you better plan ahead. We also increasingly see therefore a shift towards prefabricated building systems. And this clearly means you need to have good weather to install them. But at least the quality of the built system is produced under a controlled environment in a dry and often, hopefully, a warm factory. So how do you fix this? Start to look across site deployment of trades and flex their area of working. Take into consideration the travel time and any other expenses that may come with that. Also look at your regional labour demands by trade and how do you minimize the idle time within your build sequence. Develop the skill set within your site and operations team how to design, refine and readjust standard processes to build in flexibility and agility. And finally, set up where possible supply chain improvement projects on maximizing prefabrication. So here are my 3 questions to ask yourself on plot utilization. 1. Do you currently monitor plot utilization and are you able to identify where your problem sites are? 2. When was the last time you reviewed cross-site resourcing to ensure your activities were balanced? And 3. Do your build plans provide the flexibility to enable your teams to respond to issues that could have an impact on plot utilization, such as material availability or bad weather? In my next and 4th vlog I will talk about material availability.